A staggering 40 to 50% of married couples in the United States divorce. But that statistic, as stark as it is, doesn't even begin to tell the real story. It doesn't tell the story of the millions more who stay together, living in a state of quiet desperation, their passion fizzled out, their connection reduced to a series of daily transactions. They've become roommates, business partners, co-parents. But the fire, the polarity, the very thing that brought them together, is gone. This isn't a failure of love, it's a failure of understanding. We live in an era of unprecedented confusion about what it means to be a man, what it means to be a woman, and how these two energies are meant to dance together. For decades, men have been given two deeply flawed roadmaps. The first is the old-world macho ideal, all spine, no heart. The tough guy, the provider, emotionally closed off, who dominates but can never truly connect. The second is the modern sensitive man ideal, all heart, no spine. The people pleaser, the nice guy, so afraid of conflict and so eager to be cooperative that he loses his direction, his purpose, and ultimately, the respect of the very woman he's trying to please. And here's the crucial point. Both of these maps lead to the same dead end. A world filled with frustrated, hardened women and weak, aimless men. A world of passionless, neutral relationships. But what if there was a third map? A different way? This is the question that lies at the heart of David Deida's revolutionary work. Deida is not just an author, he is one of the most provocative and insightful spiritual teachers of our time. A founding associate of the Integral Institute, he has taught at institutions like the University of California Medical School and conducted research around the world, but his true genius lies in his radically practical approach to spirituality, love, and sexuality. He saw this widespread confusion and forged a new path, a guide for a new kind of man. This path is detailed in his seminal book, The Way of the Superior Man. This is not a book of pickup lines or manipulative techniques. It is a spiritual guide to mastering the challenges of women, work, and sexual desire. It is a roadmap for the man who is ready to evolve beyond the failed ideals of the past and embody a union of heart and spine. The man who is purposeful and directed, yet sensitive and spiritually alive. The man who wants to give his deepest gifts to the world without compromise. In this audio summary, we will embark on a journey through the core principles of Deida's masterpiece. We will dismantle the myths that are killing modern relationships. We will explore the profound, untamed nature of the masculine and feminine energies and learn how to create powerful, passionate polarity. We will uncover the secrets to discovering your life's purpose and making it the unwavering core of your existence. And we will learn how to love with an open heart, even when it hurts, and to stand unshakable in our truth, becoming a source of strength and trust for everyone in our lives. This is more than just a summary, it's an invitation. An invitation to stop living a life of quiet compromise and to start living a life of integrity, authenticity, and freedom. Are you ready to discover the way? The grand illusion, chasing a finish line that doesn't exist. Let's begin with the single most pervasive trap that ensnares the modern man. It's a subtle belief, a quiet hope whispered in the back of the mind. The belief that one day it will all be done. Think about it. If I can just finish this project, then I can relax. If I can just make enough money, then I can do what I really want to do. If my woman would just understand this one thing, then she'd finally stop complaining and we could be happy. It's the myth of completion. The masculine mind, with its inherent drive for goals and mission, makes the profound error of thinking that life is a series of tasks to be checked off, leading to an eventual state of permanent rest and satisfaction. But here's the uncomfortable truth Deida lays bare. That day will never come. It never ends. As long as you are alive, the creative challenge of life will continue to present itself. The world and your woman will always be a dynamic, chaotic, and beautiful storm of unforeseen challenges. Life isn't a problem to be solved. It's a dance to be danced. The real challenge is to tussle, play, and make love with the present moment, all while giving your unique gift. Stop waiting for the good stuff. Do you hear that? Stop waiting. That future you're fantasizing about, where everything is secure and all your obligations are met, is an illusion. It's a clever excuse your mind has created to avoid the creative discipline required to live fully now. Deida offers a powerful practical challenge. As of today, spend a minimum of 1 hour every single day doing what you've been waiting to do. That thing you tell yourself you'll do when the kids are grown, when the mortgage is paid, when you've finally earned your freedom. Do it now. Don't wait any longer. And you know what you might discover? You might discover that it was all a fantasy, that you don't actually want to do it, or you're not willing to do what it takes. Most postponements are simply excuses for a lack of courage. Limited money and family obligations have never, not once in the history of humankind, stopped a man who was truly on fire with his purpose. But they are the perfect excuse for a man who isn't quite up to the challenge. So find out today. When you go to sleep tonight, ask yourself, did I live this day with as much courage, creativity, and love as I possibly could? Or did I waste another moment waiting for a future that will never arrive? Every moment you wait is a moment you degrade your own clarity of purpose, and this trap doesn't just apply to your work, it applies, perhaps even more powerfully, to your relationship. How often do you find yourself hoping your woman will get easier, that one day she'll fundamentally change? Don't wait. Deida's advice is stark and liberating. Assume she's going to be exactly how she is forever. The feminine, from the masculine perspective, will always seem chaotic, complicated, and emotional. That is its nature, like the ocean. You can't fix the ocean. You can't reason with a hurricane. You can only learn to surf. The next time you find yourself trying to fix her mood or her behavior, stop, relax, and instead give her love, touch her, tell her you love her exactly as she is in that moment. Wrestle with her, scream for the heck of it, but make no effort to bring an end to the quality that bothers you. Practice love instead of frustration, because your effort to fix her will never work, but the love you magnify just might realign everything. You are either living fully, giving your gift in the midst of life's beautiful chaos today, or you are waiting for an imaginary future that is, and always will be, just out of reach. The samurai's heart. Living open in a world of pain. Imagine you've just failed at a major project, or you lied to your woman and she caught you, or you overheard her joking with her friends about your shortcomings. What happens in your body in that moment? For most men, the reaction is automatic. A pulling back, a closing down, the shoulders hunch, the chest and solar plexus tighten like a fist. The breath becomes shallow. You find it hard to look people in the eye. This is a denial of your true nature. When you are closed and contracted, you are trapped in your own self-protective tension. You are no longer a free man. You are a prisoner of your own pain. A superior man, Deida teaches, is free in feeling and action, even amidst great pain. If necessary, he lives with a hurting heart rather than a closed one. He learns to stay in the wound of the pain and act with skill and love from that place. This is the way of the samurai of relationship. But how? How is this even possible? It's a practice, a conscious, physical practice. The next time you feel that hurt, that automatic closure, do the opposite of what your body wants to do. Open the front of your body, sit or stand up straight and full. Soften your chest and belly. Let them be wide and free, vulnerable. Breathe. Breathe deeply, not into your chest, but down through your solar plexus, deep into your belly, as if you could fill your entire torso with air. And then, the hardest part, look directly into the eyes of the person you are with. Feel your own pain fully, but also feel them. Only when your body is open, your breath is deep, and your gaze is unguarded, can your fullest intelligence manifest. A closed body is a stupid body. It cannot sense the subtle cues of the situation. It cannot act with mastery. It can only react from a place of fear. Living with an open heart doesn't mean you don't feel pain. It means you are no longer afraid of the pain. You are willing to feel everything, the entire situation, with your whole body. It is from this place of total, open, and sometimes painful awareness that true strength and skillful action are born. It's a profound shift from protecting yourself from life to opening yourself to it in all its brutal, beautiful glory. The Father's Ghost. How to finally be a free man. There is a ghost that haunts almost every man. For some, it's a looming shadow. For others, a faint whisper, but it's always there. It's the ghost of his father. A man must love his father, yet he must be utterly free of his father's expectations and criticisms to be a truly free man. So, let's try a thought experiment. Imagine your father has died, or remember when he did. Now, be brutally honest with yourself. Is there any feeling of relief that comes with that? Now that he's gone, is some part of you happy that you no longer have to live up to his expectations? That you are free from his critical eye? How would your life have been different if you had never tried to please him? If you never felt the need to prove you were worthy? What choices would you have made differently? What career would you have chosen? Who would you have loved? This is not about blaming your father. It's about recognizing how deeply his influence, for better or worse, has been wired into your own system of self-judgment. That critical voice you hear in your head, the one that tells you you're not good enough, not smart enough, not man enough. More often than not, it's just the ghost of your father, speaking through your own mouth. Deida proposes a radical exercise to exorcise this ghost. For the next 3 days, do at least one thing each day that you have suppressed or avoided because of your father's influence. Did he think artists were lazy? Go take a painting class. Did he believe showing emotion was weak? Call a friend and tell them you love them. Practice being free of his subtle expectations, even if it feels fearful or unworthy or just plain wrong. This is how you reclaim your own life. It's a declaration of independence. It's you as a man finally saying, "I love you, Dad, but your life is your life and my life is mine. I will live from my own deepest truth, not from the echo of your expectations." Only when you can live as if your father were dead can you truly, fully begin to live. The courage of authenticity, knowing your real edge. In the world of men, there's a constant, unspoken pressure to posture, to pretend, to act more enlightened, more fearless, more successful than we really are. But here's the thing, your friends will feel your fear, even if you don't. And when they feel you pretending, they will lose trust in you. Because if you're lying to yourself, you're likely to lie to them. It is honorable, Deida asserts, for a man to admit his fears, his resistance, and his edge of practice. It is dishonorable for him to lie about his real place. Where your edge is located is far less important than whether you are actually living it, in truth. So, what is your edge? Your edge is where you stop short. It's the boundary between your comfort zone and the vast unknown of your fullest potential. It's the line you approach but dare not cross because of fear. Let's make this real. Think about your career. Where do your fears stop you from making a larger contribution, from earning more money, from doing work that is more creative and enjoyable? If you were absolutely 100% fearless, would you be doing exactly what you're doing now? Of course not. All men are afraid, unless they are perfectly free. Some men are so terrified of the feeling of fear that they don't even approach their edge. They choose a job they know they can do easily. They build a life that is secure, comfortable, and utterly dead. They lack the aliveness, the spark, the inspirational energy that is the unmistakable sign of a man living at his edge. Other men do the opposite. They push, 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 far beyond their edge, stressing themselves out in a desperate attempt to prove they have no fear. This is just another form of avoidance. The superior man does neither. He leans just beyond his edge, constantly. In everything he does, he makes fear his friend. He doesn't try to escape it. He uses it as a compass. That feeling of fear tells him he's in the right place, the place of real growth. Try this experiment. Describe your edge out loud to yourself. Be brutally honest. I know I could give more of my true gift, but I'm afraid I'll fail. I've spent 20 years in this career, and I'm terrified to let it go and start fresh, even though it feels empty. Honor that. Own it. A man who knows he is fearful is far more trustworthy than a man who pretends he isn't. And a man who knows his fear and still leans into it, kissing it, living right on that edge. That man is an inspiration. That man can be trusted. He is authentic. He is alive. Live with your lips pressed against your fears. This is the practice. This is the way.
Hey there. Do you like this audio summary? Then take 2 seconds of your time and click on subscribe to the channel and activate notifications. With this simple action, you will receive many more free high-quality summaries every single week. You can also send us your appreciation with a simple like on this video. Thank you, and let's go on.
The North Star. Why your purpose must come before your relationship. Now follow this line of reasoning because it might be the most controversial and the most liberating principle in this entire book. Every man knows, in the deepest core of his being, that his highest purpose in life cannot be reduced to any single relationship, not even the most perfect one. If a man prioritizes his relationship over his highest purpose, he weakens himself, he disserves the universe, and this is the critical part, he cheats his woman of the authentic man she yearns for. Let's be ruthlessly honest. If you had to choose between the perfect, blissful, intimate relationship or achieving your highest purpose, your deepest mission in life, which would you choose? Just knowing the answer to that question can relieve an immense amount of pressure. Your mission is your priority. Unless you know what it is and have aligned your life to it, your core will feel empty. Your presence in the world will be weak, and your presence with your woman will be divided and frustrating. But isn't that selfish? Doesn't a good partner put their relationship first? This is the great misunderstanding. Think of it like this. A woman, in her feminine core, is like an ocean of love and energy. What she craves most is a trustworthy container, a shoreline that is strong, defined, and unshakable. Your purpose is that shoreline. If you abandon your purpose to endlessly float in her ocean, you both become lost at sea. She has nothing to relax against, nothing to trust. Your very attempt to please her by making her your purpose destroys her attraction to you. And you can never guess what happens next. She will begin to test you, to poke you, to create drama. And do you know why? She is subconsciously trying to force you back to your purpose, back to your spine, so she can feel safe enough to relax and trust you again. The next time you find yourself giving in, postponing your mission to spend more time with her when your heart isn't really in it, stop. Deida suggests a different path. Tell her you love her, but you cannot deny your heart's purpose. Tell her you will spend 30 minutes with her right now in absolute, undivided attention and ravishing love. But then you must return to your mission. And here's the secret. Your woman will be infinitely more fulfilled by 30 minutes of your total, undivided, purposeful presence than by hours of your weak, distracted, accommodating presence. When you are with her, be with her, more than anything else in the world. And when you are on your purpose, be on your purpose. This clarity, this integrity is the greatest gift you can give her. It allows her to trust you, and a woman who trusts her man can open to him in ways that a man who has made her his entire world will never, ever know. The feminine enigma. She is not a liar. But you said you wanted to go. You told me you were fine with it. Last week, you said you hated that, and now you want to do it? If you've ever found yourself in this kind of frustrating, circular argument with your woman, you've stumbled upon a fundamental difference in the masculine and feminine operating systems, and you've almost certainly made the classic masculine mistake. You believed her words instead of her energy. Here's the key. A man's word is his honor. The masculine means what it says, but the feminine says what it feels. A woman's word is her true expression in the moment. In the feminine reality, words and facts are secondary to emotions and the shifting moods of the relationship. When she says, "I hate you," or "I'll never move to Texas," it's not a lie. It's poetry. It's a sound. A verbal expression of a transient feeling wave passing through her. To treat it as a legally binding contract is not only foolish, it misses the entire point. You have to learn to listen to your woman like you listen to the ocean or the wind. The sounds you hear are expressions of a deeper, unseen motion of energy. Let's take a simple example. You ask her, "Do you want to go to the movies?" She replies, "Not really." The mediocre man says, "Okay," and turns on the TV. He has taken her words literally and missed the communication entirely. What she is really talking about is the feeling of the relationship in that moment. Perhaps it feels flat, disconnected. The superior man understands this. Instead of accepting her no, he might sweep her up in a hug, spin her around, and say with a playful growl, "Come on, let's go to the movies." And she might light up and say, "Okay." Did she lie before? No. The energy of the relationship changed, and so her expression changed with it. She wasn't talking about the movies. She was talking about the lack of joyful connection. He provided the connection, and the problem of the movies vanished. Here is a basic, powerful rule from Deida. Never believe the literal content of what your woman says unless love is flowing deeply and fully in the moment she says it. And even then, know that she's probably talking about her current feelings. Never, ever base your life plans on what she says she wants to do, because her feelings, and therefore her words, could change in 5 minutes. This isn't a flaw. This is her gift. Women are often more sensitive to an unseen realm of energy and relationship than men are. Your job is not to argue with the weather report, but to feel the weather. Hear what she says. Feel her depth carefully. And then, after taking it all into account, make your own best decision from your own deep core. This way, you will never resent her for changing her mind, because you were never following her in the first place. You were steering your own ship with her as your trusted, if sometimes stormy, ocean. The currency of growth. Praise, not challenge. As a boy, how did you and your friends inspire each other? It was through challenge. I bet you can't climb that tree. You're not strong enough to make that jump. In a place like a military boot camp, insults are used to forge strength. Challenge is the language of masculine growth. And so, as a man, you have a deep-seated habit of using challenge to motivate the people you love, including your woman. But this is like trying to water a flower with a flamethrower. Only the masculine side of your woman will grow through challenge. Her feminine side, the vast majority of her core being, thrives on an entirely different currency. Praise. The masculine grows by challenge, the feminine grows by praise. This is a fundamental law of polarity. Telling her, "I hope you don't gain any more weight," will feel like a deep rejection. But telling her, "You are so incredibly sexy when your body is glistening with sweat after a workout," will be a far greater incentive. They both communicate a desire, but one is an insult, and the other is an offering of appreciative energy. Praise literally magnifies the quality in your woman that you are praising. It is food for her feminine essence. If you want her to be more radiant, happy, beautiful, and loving, praise those qualities in her. Praise them daily, praise them often. And now we get to the really interesting part. Deida says you must learn to praise the very qualities you feel are not yet praiseworthy. In order for them to become so, you have to praise the seed to encourage the flower. If you think she's been frowning too much, don't say, "You're so ugly when you frown." Wait for a fleeting moment when she smiles, and in that instant, tell her, "You are so breathtakingly beautiful when you smile." You are feeding the smile and starving the frown. You are calling forth the quality you desire by gifting it with your focused, loving attention. This is a difficult practice for most men. We are trained to be critics, problem solvers. We see a flaw, and our instinct is to point it out and fix it. With a woman, this approach is disastrous. Information doesn't work. Challenge doesn't work. Praise works. Try it as an experiment. For 1 week, praise specific things you love about your woman 5 to 10 times a day. Find things, even small things. "The way you laugh makes my whole day better. I love the way your mind works when you talk about that. You feel so good to hold." Watch what happens. You will be witnessing alchemy. You will be learning the language that makes the feminine bloom. The futility of analysis. The 90% rule. Your woman is in a bad mood. She's upset, crying, or giving you the silent treatment. What is your first instinct as a man? It's to find the cause, to get to the root of the problem. You become a detective. What's wrong? Did I do something? Was it something someone at work said? Are you about to start your period? You are operating under the deeply masculine illusion that if you can just find the linear cause, you can apply a logical cure, and the problem will be solved. But your questioning is probably just making things worse. Why? Because you're trying to fix an engine when you should be watering a flower. Here is the secret. David Deida reveals that an astonishing 90% of a woman's emotional problems stem from one simple thing: feeling unloved. That's it. It's not about the dishes, or the comment you made yesterday, or the thing her mother said. Those are just the symptoms, the surface-level story her mind is telling. The root cause is a deficit in the flow of love. So don't stand back and analyze her like a doctor diagnosing a patient. Give her the cure directly. Give her your love. The same love that is motivating your questioning in the first place. Immediately and unmistakably. Walk over to her. Look deeply into her eyes. Hold her. Stroke her hair. Hum her favorite song and dance with her. Chances are, her emotional problem will evaporate into thin air. Her mood is not a problem to be solved. It is a request for love to be given. Her emotions are like weather patterns, constantly changing, sometimes severe, and they have no single source. They are based on the high and low pressure systems of love. When she feels love flowing deeply, the storm can instantly break, revealing a clear, sunny sky, regardless of the supposed reason for the rain. The next time your woman is in a mood, try this powerful practice. Assume she is not feeling loved. Just assume it. Don't ask questions. Don't offer solutions. Don't suggest she fix her own emotional problem. That's like asking the ocean to stop having waves. Simply provide the missing ingredient. Provide your deep, strong, steady, sensitive love. Look into her eyes. Touch her. Open her mood with your skillful loving. And then, and only then, after the connection of love has been re-established and she is relaxed and happy, can you ask what, if anything, remains to be talked about? You'll be amazed at how often the answer is nothing at all. When a woman gets emotionally intense, when the storm hits, a mediocre man has two options, and both are wrong. Option 1. He tries to calm her down. Honey, just relax. Let's talk about this rationally. He tries to force her chaotic feminine energy into his neat masculine box of logic. Option 2. He leaves. I'll come back when you're sane. He retreats, afraid of or disgusted by an energy he can't control. But a superior man does neither. He understands a profound secret. One of the deepest, most erotic feminine pleasures is when a man can stand full, present, and unreactive in the midst of her emotional storm. When he can penetrate her mood with his imperturbable love and unwavering consciousness, she feels his trustability at the deepest level. And only then can she truly relax and surrender. Think about it. The way you relate to your woman's chaos is a mirror of how you relate to the chaos of the world. Are you the kind of man who needs everything neatly organized? Then you will try to organize her emotions. Do you avoid the messy, chaotic parts of your own life? Then you will avoid hers. Deida challenges you to reframe this. Her storm is not a curse, it is a challenge and an amusement. It is your training ground for mastering the world. You learn to master the world, financially, creatively, spiritually, by first learning how to be free and loving in the chaos of your woman's emotions. How do you do this? You stand your ground. You keep your breath full and your body relaxed and strong. You keep your attention present. And no matter what she says or does, you give her love. This isn't passive, it's an active, creative dance. Press your belly into hers. Smile. Scream louder than she does and then lick her face. Do whatever it takes to crack the shell of her closure. Get your love inside that crack and touch her heart. Learn to enjoy her anger, her tears, her silent hardness. You're going to get hurt sometimes. You're going to get swamped by the wave. This is how you learn. You get up, you swim to shore, and you turn and face the ocean of her being again. The only options are fear or mastery. You can quit, you can choose a smaller wave, or you can take this moment as a profound opportunity to conquer the world and your woman with love. And here's the point of the practice. You stay with her intensity to a point. You give it everything you have. But if, after you have given your deepest, most skillful, fearless love, she still refuses to open, then you let her go. You might decide the relationship isn't serving either of you, but you will do so without resentment because you know, in your heart, that you did everything you could. The dark side. She wants the killer in you. Now let's venture into the territory that makes the nice guy deeply uncomfortable. Let's talk about the dark side. Among many other things, a woman wants the killer in her man. This doesn't mean she wants you to be a violent criminal. It means she is viscerally turned on by your capacity to be fearless in the face of a threat, your capacity to transcend the fear of death for the sake of love. Imagine a cockroach scurries across the floor. You leap onto a chair and shriek, "Kill it, please, kill it." Do you think she is turned on by this? Or imagine you hear a strange noise downstairs in the middle of the night. You're afraid, so you nudge her and whisper, "Can you go check that out?" She will be turned off, deeply. Why? Because you have abdicated your masculine gift of fearless presence. Your woman wants to feel your fearlessness. She wants to feel your capacity to face her own closure, her anger, and her tension without flinching. She wants to feel your persistence in loving, so that even her fury cannot turn you away. She wants to feel you ravish her because you love her, unafraid of her dark energy. And here's the deeper layer. She wants to feel this dark masculine capacity not just for the thrill of being ravished, but because it is a sign of your overall capacity to face death itself. And it is this capacity that makes you truly trustable as a man, as a warrior of the heart. If a man disowns his own dark masculine desire for freedom, he kinks the hose of his life force. He becomes inhibited, tame, and predictable. And he will be unable to express his dark passions with love. So what happens? They go underground. They become disconnected from his heart. Instead of ravishing his woman with aggressive, loving passion, he finds himself watching violent or degrading pornography, fascinated by loveless acts of dominance. The difference between rape and ravishment is love. It is the crucial ingredient. Ravishment is about lovingly forcing your woman to surrender into a greater ecstasy than she would allow herself. It's a dance of masculine penetration and feminine surrender, played with love and humor. When you are unwilling or unable to play this dance, the energy doesn't just disappear. It appears in loveless ways, in fantasies of violence, in emotional cruelty, in a deadened sex life. Deida invites you to own your darkest desires, to feel your untamed masculine force, and then to bring it into your loving. To take your woman with such uninhibited passion and love that you dissolve not only your own boundaries but hers as well, until only the immense oceanic force of love remains. This is not about being a jerk, it's about being whole. It's about having the courage to integrate your deepest, darkest power with your most open, loving heart. That is the killer she truly wants. The man who can kill fear with love. The asymmetry of love. The two different priorities. If you truly want to master the art of intimacy, you must understand and honor a fundamental asymmetry, a primary difference in priorities that exists between the masculine and feminine cores. To pretend this difference doesn't exist is to build your relationship on a foundation of sand. Here it is, stated simply. The intimate relationship is never the number one priority in a masculine man's life, and it is always the number one priority in a feminine woman's life. If you have a masculine sexual essence, your highest priority is your mission, your direction toward freedom, purpose, and consciousness. Your core is fulfilled when you are living your truth and giving your gift to the world. Of course, you love your woman and family, but they are not the ultimate source of your fulfillment. If your woman has a feminine sexual essence, her priority is the flow of love in her life. Her core is fulfilled when love is flowing fully, with you, with her children, with her friends. She could have a difficult day at work, but if she comes home to a deep, loving connection with you, her core will be satisfied. The opposite is not true for you. You could have a wonderful, loving day with her, but if you feel you have betrayed your mission or failed in your purpose, your core will feel empty. Do you see the profound difference? This is the primary asymmetry. When you are deep in your mission, you might forget about the relationship for hours at a time. For her, the relationship is the constant background music of her life. It colors everything she does. She feels you all day through invisible threads of connection. The modern world tells us this is wrong. It tells her she should be more like a man, that her whole life shouldn't revolve around the relationship, that she should get a life and be independent. It tells you that you should be more like a woman, that you're not a good partner unless you make the relationship the center of your universe. And what is the result of this advice? Depolarized, passionless relationships where both partners are denying their authentic core. Honoring this asymmetry is the key. You must support her in her priority, the flow of love, by being a trustworthy, present, and loving man. You do this best not by abandoning your mission for her, but by living your mission so fully that you become a more present and loving man with her. And she must support you in your priority, your mission, by honoring your need for solitude, for challenge, and for focus. She must understand that your drive for freedom is not a rejection of her, but the very essence of your masculine gift. When you both honor this primary asymmetry, you stop trying to change each other into something you're not. You can finally concentrate on your true desires, and in doing so, you become the greatest possible gift to one another. The final practice, learning to dissolve. We have journeyed through the complex, challenging, and liberating world of the superior man. We've talked about purpose, polarity, pain, and passion, but it all comes down to one final practice, a practice that underlies all the others. The essential masculine ecstasy is the moment of release from constraint. You feel it in an orgasm. You feel it when you succeed at a difficult mission. You feel it when you face death and live through it. It is the ultimate search for freedom. The greatest desire of the masculine is to be utterly released, to dissolve. Deida's final teaching is to make this dissolution your moment-to-moment practice. Practice loving through your woman and through the world. When you are with her, don't just love her. Use the force of your love for her as a vehicle to feel through her into the vast open source of love itself. When you are engaged in your work, don't just focus on the task. Feel through the task, into the creative energy of the universe that is moving through you. Embrace every single moment of your experience as if it were your lover, the frustrating traffic jam, the difficult conversation, the boring meeting, the ecstatic lovemaking. Embrace it all, and trust whatever direction love moves you in that moment. Die in the giving of your gift. Hold nothing back. Give so fully, so completely, that you don't even notice you have stopped holding on to yourself. Fear will arise. It is your final excuse. Don't fight it. Don't resist it. Love through it. Open your heart so wide that it encompasses your fear and keep giving. This is the ultimate path. To dissolve in the intensity of your own loving presence. To be so fully engaged with the moment, so surrendered to the giving of your deepest gifts, that the small, fearful self you thought you were simply vanishes. What remains is not emptiness, but fullness. Not a man, but the boundless mystery of love itself, living through a man's body. This is the way. The journey outlined in The Way of the Superior Man is not an easy one. It requires courage, honesty, and a relentless commitment to growth. But the rewards are immeasurable, a life of deep purpose, unwavering integrity, and a passion so profound it dissolves you, your woman, and your world into the bliss of divine union. This audio summary has been your map. Now, the journey is yours to take. Do not stop here. If this has sparked something in you, I urge you to continue your journey by reading the book in its entirety. Your adventure has just begun.